Hello. Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about my DM conversation script. And you're probably saying, well, Christy, we just had an episode, we just had a training on your discovery call script for phone calls, for appointments, for Zoom calls, right? Don't you just use the same script? I actually had a client ask that this week, which is what sparked this desire to record this content was no. I don't use the same framework because direct messaging is going to be completely different than a discovery call on the phone. So sometimes you can sell direct through DMs. We do that in some of our content. It drives to the DM and we close sales right through DMs. Sometimes, though, it is more appropriate, or you have a product or service wherein you need to get in person or get on the phone, right? You're looking for leads. So in that case, you can actually run ads to drive those individuals into DM, and sometimes that will actually bypass some of the hiccups you have within the funnel. Right? The funnel can be complex. It could be multiple steps. And we all know the more steps involved with something, the more likely it is for people to drop off before finishing, right? So driving them direct to DM, number one, sometimes allows them to put their guard down a little more because it's more casual. It's just a direct message. And the other piece is it removes some of that clutter and complexity that's involved in the funnel. So I am going to walk through for this client and for the rest of you that this will benefit, some of my DM conversation flows, right? Some of the scripts that I use that are effective in closing deals through DM and or moving the individual into a appointment, into a call, right? Okay, so first thing I do, step one, is going to be to let them know why I'm messaging, right? So I might say something like, hi, so-and-so, I'm reaching out because I saw you were having some challenges with insert specific problem that was commented on or that this video ad addressed. And, that might be something like we're going to use the example of, maybe it's somebody's email marketing is a problem. And we'll say that because I was actually working with someone on their email marketing right before this episode. So you mentioned you were having some trouble, some challenges around your email marketing. I'd love to try to help you, or I'd love to help you. Can you give me a little bit more context around that? Can you give me a little bit more, some additional details around that? Something like that, whatever your spin on that is, whatever your wording might be, right? And then you're going to ask some pretty specific non-open-ended questions. And I know that's contrary to what we tell people to do on the discovery call, right? The discovery call is all about them talking and telling you, and you're gathering that information. In a DM, you want to structure it to be a little bit different. So you're going to ask very specific questions because the whole goal is to really pinpoint a problem. You want a rapid result, and we'll talk about rapid results in a minute. You want a quick win, rapid result, because that's how you're going to sell through there, and ultimately, that's how you're going to book your appointments through there and be very effective in it. We typically close over 60%, we actually schedule over 60% of the individuals that come through and DM us. We book an appointment for them. So pretty decent. So you might ask some questions around it like, so how big is your email list right now? Or do you know what your current open rate is? Right? So those are very specific questions. So you know what your average open rate is. Ask them for as much data, like closed-ended questions, but data that you're going to be able to use to give them that quick win, to give them that rapid result, okay? Number two, Give them a little time to respond. It's a DM. They have to type it out. Maybe their voice dictating, but they have to type it out, right? So let them share their info right there. Just like you give them time in a discovery call, give them time, listen. Do not jump in with your solution right here. That is the same in both discovery calls and in DM conversations where you're looking to book appointments, where it's, lead nurturing. You want to understand and solve a problem and provide the value before you jump into a solution. Don't just offer out whatever it is that you're hoping to have this, we'll give you this to get on the call, or let's get on a free strategy session. I see that a lot in DMs. In fact, it's happened to me. Someone reached out, let's get on a call. Can I schedule a call for tomorrow? Well, first of all, I don't even know you. It's like if you were going on a date, right? You're not going to just walk up to somebody out of the blue, because these are cold, right? These are cold leads coming in. These are not warmed up, nurtured leads that we've booked appointments for, like in the discovery call, although some of that's cold traffic, but this is cold traffic. So you're not going to just go to someone you just met and be like, hey, so dinner tomorrow night at 8? Most likely. You're probably first going to talk a little bit more and ensure that this sounds like it's going to be not a waste of their time, not a waste of your time, that you have a solution that's going to be a good fit, that this is something worthwhile. Otherwise, you're wasting resources. You're wasting your time, which is money. You're wasting money, right? Because you have you or a closer or somebody on that call. So you've taken up resource time and you don't know if this is a good fit. So again, give them time to respond. Let them share, and don't just jump in automatically trying to book a call. Plus, it's going to turn off the prospect. I'll be honest. When someone does that, it's like, no thanks, right? And I'm done with the DM. So the next thing you're going to want to do is to identify the actual problem, right? And you're going to do this in a manner or in the same manner as you would with one of your clients. And you're thinking, what? But yes, you are going to imagine that this person has already paid you to solve the problem. That's how dedicated, that's how much value you're going to provide. That's the level, that's the quality level that you're going to provide to them. Just like they have paid you to pinpoint the problem and solve it. And this is going to be a tiny mini problem. You're going to take the big problem and you're going to divide it down and pinpoint a very specific mini problem that is leading to the big problem. Okay. So you're going to give them a quick win. You're going to give them a rapid result, something they can implement right away, a lot of value. You're going to do it for free, even though you're going to pretend they paid you when you do this, or do it in the same manner as if someone had paid you to do it. But you're going to give them a solve to a problem that is leading to their big overarching problem. Okay. So, I know they didn't pay, but you're going to help them the same way as if somebody did. And you're going to use the answers that they gave you and that data, right? Because data is so important. The more data you have, the easier it is to pinpoint the problem, diagnose it, right? And then what? Give a rapid result, a quick win. So you're going to identify the root issue, or a root issue to a problem that leads to the big problem. And you're going to share that insight. You're going to share your insights. You're going to show them that you're already invested in solving their challenges, in solving their problems, right? Yes. And so that can look like something along the lines of, based on what you just said, it sounds like your open rates might be suffering because of insert specific issue, right? And you can even say something to be relatable, to connect, if it's true. I mean, don't lie. But, if you're seeing that's a common problem, right? You're doing this because based on that data, you're going to find common problems that you've solved already or can solve. So, I might say something like, oh yeah, I'm seeing a lot of this lately, or I've seen a lot of this within new clients we've onboarded. And so here's where I think we can make a really big difference for you, result-wise. Or here's where I think we can make the biggest difference for you. Okay. The next step, ready for it? Super easy. Share the rapid result. Share the quick win. Share the rapid result. Share with them. If the rapid result that you have in mind, or you've done this before, you've been able to solve it, this little mini problem, if it's the right fit, give it to them. Right? Give them the value. And you can even do that by recording a personal video. Sometimes you can use whatever you want. Loom, Zoom, just a phone, whatever works for you. You can share it in video if you think that's going to be more personable. If you think it's going to be easier to quickly just record it. I have had some of our team members actually record voice dictation, right? Just like a voice recording. Send that over. If they prefer, you can still communicate through Messenger, but really best is if you give them something, especially if you already have the content, right? Pardon. Best is you already have a PDF doc or something you can give them that gives them a lot of value. Like, for example, if someone said, I'm really having trouble, Christy, booking calls from my DMs. Right? Well, maybe I send them this resource that I'm going to put in the link on YouTube if you're watching this on YouTube. If not, you can navigate on over to the Profitability Pathmaker on YouTube and you can grab a copy of this DM script that we use. But the goal is to then either record a video or if you're typing, that's fine. If it's a voice recording, provide them with additional context in how to use this resource that you're going to give them, right? So don't just drop the resource and be like, cool, have a good day. That's it. Awesome. And we'll see you. The quick fix will get them moving in the right direction. But it's even better if you can say, and I made this short little video to kind of walk you through how to use this resource. And better yet, if you can make this video, send it to them, provide the resource quickly, and then be able to have something that yields the result within 10 or 15 minutes, right? People don't want to stay on a DM for an hour. That's why the video is easiest. Who wants to stay on there and talk for an hour? I don't have that kind of time, right? So you want to always try to offer something of great value that gives a rapid result, quick win, solves a little mini problem for them, provides clarity around what the issue is, right? Because sometimes people come in and, like, for example, this is a good example, email marketing. That's very broad. I'm having trouble with my email marketing. It doesn't work. Well, that's the big problem. There are probably multiple small problems. Maybe it's one, but there's probably multiple small problems that make up that big problem. So let's pick one. Let's pinpoint based on the data, what we're hearing, what we're seeing. Where is the problem? Where's the hole? Where's the issue? Where's the roadblock? Where is it getting narrow where we can't get that flow through anymore, right? What's going on? And you want something that provides clarity around what the problem is. So they're relieved. Yes. Diagnose my problem. That is my problem. Okay. This person knows what they're talking about. You're also instilling confidence that you know your stuff, right? Quickly based on that data, I can tell you this is a problem. You're diagnosing it. You are providing clarity around that. And then you are also giving them something they can implement quickly for a rapid result. And you're sharing this, again, something that they could do in 10 or 15 minutes. Here it is. I can do it right now. In the next 10 or 15 minutes, bam, changed, right? So what that's going to do is that's going to move them naturally into the next step, which would be to what? Book a call, book an appointment, right? On the calendar. Because now that you've solved that problem, you've pinpointed that little mini problem and you've solved it and you provide a lot of value. You've instilled confidence. You show them, I know my stuff. I know what I'm talking about, right? At that point, what are they going to want to do? Solve more of the problems, get even better results, right? So the natural next step is going to be to ask for that help and bam, schedule a call. So as you solve their problem, by the way, if you don't already have something, a document, a lead magnet, something that is useful to them, in this case, a resource that you can guide them through, then this is the perfect time to create it if you can, right? So if you don't have that, you might type it out as you're going for this person, and then what are you going to do? You're going to make that little video of how to use the resource, right? And then you're going to save it in your bank of stuff. You're going to document it. Why? Because this problem is common. So you're going to save yourself time because you've already done it for this person. You now have a resource that you can use. It can be simple. It can be a Word doc. It can be a PDF. Sometimes my team is nice and they make things look pretty. It's not me. My stuff's all in Word docs, Excel sheets, right? I'm a data person. So I am definitely not a design person. And so my team will take it, and, Ray or whoever it is, they'll be like, ooh, who? They look at it, let me just make this look a little nicer, right? Before we send it out. I've already sent it out, but point is, you can do it however you want. And then your video can be something super simple. Like, for example, this podcast episode can be used as a training of how to use this particular resource that's going to be available. This DM call strategy, this DM strategy, this DM conversation script, right? That is the resource. And this video is then going to tell you or walk you through how to use the resource, right? Okay. Now, you want to shorten it though. This might go a little bit over 10 or 15 minutes. You really want you want to share it short, and you want to be able to have them implement it quickly and get that win within 10 or 15 minutes. Because I'll be honest with you, someone is not going to read through an 80-page book most likely to solve that little problem. They're just not. They don't want to. It used to be that ebooks were fantastic, and there's still a place for them. But that's a whole nother episode on what lead magnets work and what don't. And I'll actually be recording that with Josh next time. Okay. So back, you've solved their problem. It's their mini problem. You pinpointed you have identified, diagnosed the challenge, the problem. You've told them what it is. You've given them a resource along with a guide of here's what to do to fix it. Now, a lot of times they're going to want to talk further to discuss what are the results they can get. They might implement that. But the other big piece of things, because I hear a lot, well, Christy, if I give them that, there is no reason whatsoever to work with me. No. 90% of people fail at the implementation stage. Knowledge is only knowledge. It's not good for anything until you put it into action, right? So until you take action, knowledge is useless. In most cases, like things like this, that's great. You can have all the knowledge in the world. I can know exactly how to build the perfect funnel that gets, thousands of leads flowing in throughout the day. I could learn it. But if I don't put it into practice and use it, I'm not getting any leads. It's useless. So again, 90% of people fail at the implementation point. And so that's where you come in. You're going to help them to implement that. And they're also going to trust you. You've built that trust, right? You've given them that value. You've done it for free. You've shown that you're invested. You have shown that you're confident in your ability. You're confident in the fact that you can help them. They're now confident in the fact that you know what you're talking about and can help them and can solve that problem, right? So now the next natural step, let's get on a call, right? Another thing, sometimes we'll run ads directly to push people to DM, right? And like an ad direct to DM. So in that case, and this is usually going to be an offer. It's going to be something that has a call to action at the end, and you're inviting them to join a webinar, join your challenge, join whatever it might be, this offer that you're putting out there, right? You're going to video it. You're going to have that. And instead of your funnel leading through 16 steps, sometimes it's easier to go to DM. You might have some funnels that lead through steps, and there is a place for them. Diversity. In marketing, diversity. Your marketing magnet should be a very diverse method and a diverse set of techniques in order to gather people in different ways, because everybody reacts differently, right? Okay, so if they're responding to a challenge you have an offer. Again, you're still going to start with step 1 on why you're messaging, why you're reaching out. Hey, Christy, I'm reaching out because you said you were interested in working with me on insert specific offer. This challenge, this offer, this whatever it might be that they saw in that ad, right? Or in that post if it's organic, but typically you're going to start with an inexpensive ad. I specialize in working with people we specialize with a lot of different things, but one of the big things is I cut people's ad spend quite a bit, yet still yield higher ROAs. So that's one of our big things that we boast in our marketing programs, whether it's startup at a very small amount, maybe your budget's only, $300 a month, $400 a month. It might be $5 a day, whatever your budget is, it's small, $3 a day. We maximize that and get that 400, 500, 600% return, right? So anyhow, off topic, but point is, okay, this is why I'm reaching out. I would love to help you get there, whatever that result was, or I'd love to have you as part of this challenge, or I'd love to have you as, whatever it might be. So encourage them. Yay, excitement, right? Happy to have you here. And what's great is even if you decide that we're not a good fit for each other, even if you decide that working with me isn't the right fit or working with my team isn't the right fit, I'd still love to give you something that will bring some clarity on how to solve this issue or how to launch this strategy or et cetera, whatever it is that you're going to insert, so you can still get great results on your own. So what does that do? Number 1, it disarms them. It's giving them the out. It's giving them the choice. And we as people like choices. We don't like to feel like we're being pushed in a corner, somebody's trying to convince us. We want to make the decision. We want to make the choice. So you're giving them an easy out. We don't like to be pressured. Most people don't like to be pressured. I don't like to be pressured, right? So I want to know that it's like, no obligation, no problem. I can join in this challenge. I can join this workshop, whatever it is. And even if I decide I'm not going to go and work with this company, they're still going to give me value and rapid results, wins, strategies that will help me to fix it myself. Now remember, 90% of people are going to fail at implementation or not going to move past that point. So you're still going to get business, but the point is if they want to, they can, right? You should be giving a value that if they do want to do that on their own, then they have that ability, right? Great. Okay. So you can then ask them, can you tell me which one of these is you or which fits you best? Tell me which description fits you best. It might be, for example, we had a client and it was, okay, you're still trying to figure out your offer, or you really have an offer, but you haven't started selling it yet, right? So there's option A. Or you've been selling your offer, but you aren't really sure which strategy to use to sell it more consistently every month. Right? So are you looking to scale? You have an offer that's working, or you're just starting out and you haven't sold your offer. That's important because that's going to determine how this particular client responds and, what the rapid result will be, right? It's different, dependent upon that. So again, give them that time to respond, and let them choose the option that fits for them. Let them self-identify, right? Let them get in there and say, this is me, okay? And then offer a follow-up question from there. And again, you're going to do the exact same method as the last script. You are going to act as if this is a paying client. They have paid you to solve a problem, solve a challenge, get them that result by identifying, diagnosing a problem, and solving it, okay? Once they answer, you can go a little bit deeper into their specific problem. So tell me a little bit about how many appointments you're booking each week, right? Or can you tell me how many appointments you're booking each week? And then also from there, so tell me, what are you doing to get there? What are you using right now? What methods, what strategies? Right? Because that's going to give me data. And what does data do? Data allows me, because I'm going to compile the data. Data allows me to then do what? analyze, right? And when I analyze, I can get to a root cause. I can get to a problem. I can identify what one of the many problems is that's leading to big problem up here, right? Little problems here. Wish I have my board, but I don't have it lined up on the camera. So get to pinpoint what that problem truly is, right? Okay. And then personalize the solution. Same thing as before. It's the same flow. It's just a little bit different in the wording, right? So based on their answers, you can either take a PDF or a doc you already have, or video, whatever it is, or better yet, both. And you can create one if you don't have one. Create a quick doc. Word doc, PDF, doesn't have to be fancy. If your team's awesome like mine, then it will eventually look fantastic. But really, just create a doc, and then same thing, you can create a little video about how to use that resource to walk them through. And, you can kind of show them what are they doing that's causing it to not work, right? I don't want to say, what are you doing wrong, but what are they maybe doing wrong? Why is it not working? And what way do they need to do it, right? Okay, so you're going to tell them, this is the adjustment I'd make. This is the change I'd make in order to improve the strategy. So another thing you may want to do in this case, when you have that offer like that or that challenge, you can provide some social proof, right? You can say or relate it back. I have a client that's very similar, or a client dealing with a similar issue, and here's the success story that I'm going to share with you, and you can share with them actually how you solve that problem, right? And the results. So I had a person, I had a client that was struggling with a very similar problem. Here's what it was. Here's how I helped. That's where they were, and here's the outcome. Here's where they are today. Okay, so paint that picture, illustrate that out for them. And what are you doing? If you remember my discovery call script, one of the most important pieces in that discovery call script to closing that deal and instilling that confidence was mapping out the solution. High level overview. You're not going to give them, 4 hours of a workshop in this, little call, right? Same thing in the DM. You're not going to give them an hour's worth of typing. You're going to give them a brief overview of said client. Why are they similar? Map out very quickly, did this, this, and this. Here's the result, and here's where they are today. That allows them to envision themselves in those shoes and be like, oh, well, if it worked for them, it could work for me, right? And use a real case study and use something that you've actually done, right? And you can see how others in their exact position, in their shoes, they're not alone. This is how they've succeeded by working with you. These other people have done it. So if I do it, logical next step would be to work with this person. So you're going to prime them and get them ready to want to naturally take the next step, which makes the sales process much easier, right? We want to make the sales process painless, easy, no pressure, no obligation, nothing like that, right? Okay. And at that point, if it feels right, this is where you're going to suggest that call, right? Thanks so much for giving me so much clarity around where you are right now. I'm confident on how to help you get where you want to be, right? So just like in the discovery call, I'm confident I can help you with this as long as you are. I mean, please do be confident you can help and give the results. Otherwise, it's not a good fit. Again, if the call feels like it's a good fit, or I'm sorry, if this feels like a good fit and suggesting a call feels right in that moment, then this is where you tell them, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for giving me clarity around this. I think I understand a bit more. And so now I'm confident on how I can help you get to where you want to be, right? Whatever it is, insert whatever you need to that you're discussing. And then invite them to the call without pressure, right? So something that I typed out here, would you be open to a 15-minute quick meetup this week? And don't worry, it's not a sales call. It's just a little chat to help me understand where you are and to give you an actual plan for insert problem, challenge, whatever it is. Super simple, right? You can also say something like, something that I said the other day to someone through a DM, yes. So we've really had a fantastic success rate with helping others like you, insert whatever niche it is, lately, and I'd really love to share some additional insights. So if you're open to it, we can just hop on a quick call and I'll break it down for you so you can start applying this right away. I'll give you some strategies that have really worked and I'll break them down. I want to walk through them to make sure that you know how to implement these, that you know how to start working on this right away, how to fix this quickly. Right? Any of those words, make it your own, but that's just the flow of what we use. If they resist at this point, if you feel like there's an objection around this, they're leery about getting on the call, you can say something like, yeah, no, I totally get it. A lot of people use these types of calls as sales tactics, but I promise this is going to be quick. It's going to be super valuable for you, maybe 10, 15 minutes tops. And you're going to walk away either way with a personalized plan that works for you, works for your business, whatever it is. Sound good? Or what do you think? Does that make sense? However you want to close it up at that point. If they still say no, then, that's fine. You don't have to pressure someone, but you can put it up there. And really, I like to say it that way to identify what the biggest fear is around it. The biggest fear is this is going to be me jumping on a sales call, right? If they've gone this far, they probably don't have a lot of fear. I hope they don't have a lot of fear that you can't solve the problem. I hope you've instilled the confidence. You've mapped it out. You've given the video, the resource. But that's probably not the fear. The fear is also probably not the fact that they don't feel they're going to get value out of it. If you gave them something that truly is valuable, that solves a problem, a quick win, a rapid result, as I call them, then they're probably confident they are going to get value off this call. So what's the fear? Let's just call it out. It's just like we talked about on a previous session about how to handle an embarrassing moment. Call it right out there, right? Because people move past it. Let's get it right out there on the table and address it. So the biggest fear is probably that I'm going to get on here on this super high pressure sales call and I'm going to feel uncomfortable and ick, right? So let's put it right out there. I totally get it. A lot of people use this type of call as a sales tactic, but I'm promising you that this is going to be quick, painless, and super valuable. It's going to be worth your time. 10, 15 minutes tops, and you're going to walk away with a personalized plan that works for your business, right? Or you're going to walk away with a personalized strategy that is going to help you to fix this or is going to amplify these results times whatever it really is. I mean, be honest in it, just like I teach in my discovery calls. Be honest in your DMs too, right? You don't want to be unethical about it. And you definitely don't want to trick somebody onto a call because it's a waste of both of your time, right? Okay, so that's it. It's super simple. I mean, we have over 60% of people in the DMs for both of those scenarios saying yes and jumping on calls. We actually have another script that we don't have time to go through today that is actually closing sales right through DMs. We're not even getting on the call, right? So that will be maybe next week's episode. And so I appreciate you sitting with me. I hope you found this valuable. And if you want a copy of this DM flow, right, this DM conversation flow, it is going to be available on YouTube under the link, or you can, that's right, you can DM me at the Profitability Pathmaker on IG. You can DM me on Facebook, again, at the Profitability Pathmaker. You can send me a message. You can email me, however you want to reach out, and I am happy to provide the value. Because again, I don't believe in using content to trick people into getting on calls. I actually do give all of my secrets away. There are no secrets. I give all the value up front. I give it all away because, again, implementation is where 90% of failure occurs. That's the roadblock. That's the bottleneck right there. That's where people don't move past that point. So I'm not concerned about giving you all the value, because if you are in the smaller percent that wants to use it, high five, this month I've helped someone, and my mission, my goal is to actually uplift and empower others, other business owners, other solopreneurs, other people in their career, in their life. So my goal is to provide value, right? And I think that when the focus is on helping others, the focus shifts off me and my goal of, this is my sales goal, this is what I need, this is what I. When it's more about, this is what I'm doing for them, this is how I'm helping them, this is what I'm offering them, this is the value I'm delivering to them, suddenly your entire perspective changes. My mindset is around, how can I help this person? So anyhow, yes, I do use content to drive sales. Yes, I'm a business. We do make money. We make lots of money. That is a good thing. I want to help you make lots of money too. So don't be afraid to give it all away, and don't be afraid to actually solve real issues, whether people work with you or not, because it's going to build trust. It's going to build and nurture relationships, and you are going to win in the long game, even if you don't bring that person onto a call or you don't close that deal right then. So that is my tip to walk away with. I hope you found this valuable. Feel free to take my DM scripts and use them, customize them to your liking, to your wording, and good luck.